and I'm going to click on Cuckoo.
You connecting to VPN from your host machine, not from VirtualBox, right?
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. As long as you're connected to your host machine, then you have a tunnel and it'll utilize the tunnel. So.
Yeah.
Okay. So now that I'm into Cuckoo, right here in the center, they have a spot, submit a file for analysis. So because I'm in my virtual machine, when I click on this, it's going to give me the file structure for my virtual machine. Where did I save the HTML file from the email?
In downloads.
In downloads. So I can click on that and look at that. It's already taken me right to my downloads. And I'm going to upload the HTML file. So select that and say open. Got a check mark. And basically what I can do is say analyze right here.
We are uploading the HTML, right?
Correct. Now, this is where we've talked about a couple of times where you can use some of the open source tools that are available. For instance, so this is the this is the website that Gurkhan created for us, right? And you open source tools here that you can use, like Sandbox and Hybrid Analysis and App Anyrun. So you can upload it to those sites also. But again, when you look up, if you are trying to do a targeted attack on a company and you create your malicious phishing email specific to that company, you're probably going to be monitoring these tools to see if they find it. Because as soon as I upload this, then that's public knowledge that other people get to see. Just like when we look at an IP address and we can see that, okay, on October the 10th, this IP address was reported by somebody for doing brute force attacks or doing, a botnet connection or whatever it is, right? So as soon as you use these tools, you kind of make them aware that you know what's going on. So if you want to avoid that, you can use the Cuckoo environment to be able to upload it and analyze it. Now, again, I don't know if Omer has had a chance to fix this yet. He probably hasn't. This does take a little bit, but when you upload the file and say analyze, it's going to go in and start analyzing that. And you'll see it. It says running and it's doing its thing. And it's going to go through and analyze that file. And what it's doing is it's taking that file and it's put it into a virtual environment and it's running the file. It's looking at it. It's going, okay, well, there's an input here. So let's input a fake password or whatever, random data. And it sends it off and it reads it. It's almost kind of analyzing it like Wireshark does and also running it as if you're, running it in a virtual environment like we just did. It'll actually get a screenshot. It should get the screenshot so that you can see it. Doing what we did earlier, running the file, taking a screenshot, doing the Wireshark, that in a roundabout way is kind of the manual version of doing what this file, what the Sandbox environment is doing right now. Does that make sense?
Yes. Richard, just as a curiosity, if it takes so long, can we check this attachment in hybrid analysis or any run so we can see is it really Trojan or?
Yeah. Here, let me. Let's do
hybrid analysis. I think that might be better.
So again, so drag and drop. So we can click here and we'll go to downloads and we'll take that and say open. So it looks like your email analysis completed, notification optional. So I'll be honest, I had not sent this to an open source intelligence. I only did it through our tool. So we'll see how this goes. We'll continue. You need to accept. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Hey guys.
Hey, Angela.
Sorry, I'm kind of late, but I hope I'll catch up with you.
You're fired.
Oh no.
We already fired you.
Without
Sorry.
any notice.
Well, yeah. I mean, when you don't show up on time, you know. I mean,
2 weeks.
Continue. All right. So looks like there's available. That's fine. 32-bit.
It's not okay, like easy. You have to choose stuff.
But you'll notice here. Look. So there's 26 people or 26 files in the queue ahead of us.
Oh,
And
okay.
its the average time is about 7 minutes. So we won't have a report for a while, but you'll notice
7 minutes is not bad.
Well, it's 7 minutes per sample.
Oh,
Times 6. Okay.
Oh, per sample.
So
Okay.
it'll be a little while before we get the report, but once I get the report, I can send it to you guys. But you'll have right here, they also give you the notification that when you submit this, any data submitted to the community service will be analyzed, and its partial or full contents will be included in a publicly accessible report. So that's what we were talking about as far as making it, you know, keeping it quiet as you're researching it. You might not want to put it into an OSINT tool like this because it makes it public record. And if they're specifically targeting your environment, what could they do at that point? They could change their attack vector, right?
Yes.
So the most difficult thing we'll probably face is if you've got an advanced persistent threat and they're attacking your SOC. If they realize that we're on to them, they'll just change their tactic and they'll do a different attack. I had a conversation with a friend of mine who works in cybersecurity, and he used to keep specific logs of the advanced persistent threats that they had. And he would keep an updated log on the changes that persistent threat would utilize when they would catch them, or when they would make them, you know, when they would, in a roundabout way, when they would become aware that they had been caught. And it was a constant all the time. The same threat actor would just change their vector. And now you're dealing with the same people, but they're attacking in a different way. They're using a different tool, a different type of attack vector, and that's a problem. So, especially in a larger enterprise that has very specific information. So,
and any run does the same thing, so it takes long also.
I believe so. Again, I haven't done it, but
okay, yeah.
Hang on one second.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. I'm looking at, what is this? I don't know. Is this a complete version or?
Looks like.
Yeah, this actually is, let's see, malicious.
Malicious.
That's cool.
2 out of 100.
Yeah.
Labeled as
and now we have a hashes also.
Yep. Now they only gave us the SHA-256 hash.
Yeah. We can do like what Garkan did yesterday, right? In Kali, put the file and do MD5 sum.
Yeah, absolutely. Here, let me, actually, that was really cool. I had never seen that before. So
you can try that.
PWD, I'm already in the list. CD.
Oh, you mean how Gurkhan did it?
Yeah. Yep. So list. So actually, I should already have. There it is, right there. So MD5 sum. Actually, let's change that to 6 because it was SHA-256, right? Oops.
Yeah, it was SHA-1, SHA-256, SHA-512, and MD5 sum.
256. Okay, so now we can check. Let's see. All right, so here's the hash that we got. It ends in C53, right? So let's compare to what they have here. Mail attachment. That's actually a different hash there, but I think that's more for the. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here it is. Yeah, same hash. Oops. 353, it's the exact same hash. See it right there? 778 FE64C192. Yep, the exact same hash.
For some reason, okay, so you did SHA 256 some
Yeah.
space.
Oh, check this out. So there's actually a related sandbox artifact. This is the person that it was sent through. Look at the date, October 20th. So somebody else uploaded this to hybrid analysis. I bet you, at least I'm thinking that's why it's here.
That his name is Richard too.
No, no, it wasn't me. I did not upload this to hybrid analysis.
It might have been me. It might have not been me. I don't remember what I did last night. I mean, that night on Monday night. It was too late.
Adelia is the responsible party.
Richard?
Yeah.
I am not able to do the MD5 sum. Can you do it one more
Yeah,
time?
can you do it also
please?
for me? Because I tried it.
Yeah, I did.
There you go.
How did you?
So how did you? Yeah. How
Yeah,
did you do
please,
about the
Richard.
attachment?
Wait.
Yes.
You copied and pasted it?
No. So all I'm doing is using my up and down arrows on the keyboard. Your up and down arrows on the keyboard will give you your last commands that you've done.
Right now I am at ls and I have all the HTML and the PCAP file. I do MD5 sum.
Yeah, I got it. I just, Bria, you can type SHA-256 sum and then copy and paste this file there after space and hit enter and it will give you.
Okay.
So listen, if there's one thing I learned that I love, when you're working in the command line, if you've typed in a command that you need to modify slightly, just use the up arrow to go to, like for instance, right here. Let's say I had done this and I want to do an MD5. All I did was hit my up arrow to go to my last command and then just arrow back.
Oh, okay.
MD5 and hit enter. And now I have the MD5. But look, now when I do my up arrow, look at the last command. It's exactly what I just did. And then I have the one before that. So you can go back and pull, and let's say I decide, you know what, I want to go ahead and go back into Wireshark. Right back to my Wireshark. Where'd it go? Or not. Where'd my Wireshark go? I know there was a Wireshark command there.
No more.
There you go.
Yeah.
I could go right into my Wireshark. So the up down arrow is really, really handy when it comes to analyze, redoing your code. Or let's say you type it in wrong. Here, there's another perfect example. So let's say I accidentally typed MD65. Well, it's not going to do anything, right? And I'm like, well, crap, what did I do? I don't want to retype all of that again. So I can just arrow up and go and get rid of the 6. Make sense?
It makes sense, but I can't perform. I am not able to do it. It's okay. I'll work on it later.
Do you want to share your screen and show me what you're talking about?
I am on iPad watching you and I'm working on the computer laptop. So yeah, I don't think so.
Let's see. Let's go back. Let's see what else we get out of this. Yeah, see, it's actually still doing sandboxing, I think. I don't think it's done yet. Although network behavior says contacts one domain and one host. Ooh, okay. So actually there is a domain here. Oh yeah, no, that's right. That's understood. But then there's also an IP address here that we could check the reputation on. Let's go here. Use IP.
I never use this abuse version PDB. Is it a good tool?
I like abuse IPDB. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I like that one a lot. I tend to use that, VirusTotal, and IBM X-Force. I think I did check this 10 plus detected files communicating with this IP address. Yeah, it looks like we're probably, there's probably some building threats with this. Somebody may be messing around, trying to build their ability or something. It's still showing a score of 0, so it's not a high score. It's not a big score.
Looks like it's a good IP.
For the moment, yeah, it does. Let me go. And I think, if I remember correctly, oh, I didn't want to do that. What was that? Let me open up the PCAP. Actually, will that automatically open in Wireshark? I've never tried that. No, evidently not. Okay, so let me go here. I'm going to open up my Wireshark. All right, so we're going to go in Etho. I'm going to stop that. I'm going to open my phishing PCAP. No, I do not want to save what's in there. I'm going to search for this IP address in here. No.
I did it. I got it.
Yeah. Congrats.
I know. Sometimes small things, I just takes time.
Yeah. I know what you mean. I have the same problems.
Usually I wouldn't ask. I would be like, okay, let it go. But now, like, it's you guys, so it's okay. Let me learn.
That's why I decided to take A plus also. I'm going to take it because without basics.
Yes, I'm doing it too, Helena. It's good.
It's kind of backwards. First security plus, then network plus, then A plus. Should be opposite way.
9846.
Sandbox, it says reported. Is it? So it's done, kind of, then? Cuckoo sandbox.
Hey, hang on one second. 233. Yeah, okay. So that IP address is actually in there as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that is showing.
And when you check this IP, it's not malicious?
Yeah, nothing comes up
Check
on that IP. Nothing major at all, though, at least.
Well, as long as this attachment is confirmed that it's malicious, and plus Google source confirmed. I found only one source. It's plotnaya.ru, Russian site.
Yeah, Google, yeah.
Oh, look at this. Look at the community.
Mm.
You see?
Oh, he reported.
He reported it on the 19th of October.
Got it.
So he actually looked at it. That's awesome.
We got you, Omer.
Well, I mean, that just means that he submitted it.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's
So
cool.
he didn't check it in cuckoo environment, so nothing sensitive, not sensitive info.
Yeah, he checked it with hybrid analysis. That's very interesting.
Good to know.
We found MITRE attack data in one report. This report has 4 mapped indicators. Persistence hooking, informative process injection, credential access, application window discovery, commonly used port. Those are interesting. So yeah, that's pretty cool. There's different things you can click on in here too. Metal Defender, Trojan phishing, yeah.
Most of them report as Trojan, although we didn't confirm it, right? We couldn't confirm it on our site.
Yeah, I mean, it's right at the moment, it's hard to know exactly what it's doing, but I mean, think about it this way though. It could be creating persistence first by giving them the credentials, and then it allows them to download a Trojan file or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What happened with Igor's machine? You said he left it running. Did anything happen? Did you hear from him?
No. So I asked him, I was hoping he would leave his virtual machine running so that it would download the triage summary and so forth. But I guess he had shut it off. So I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think it had gotten everything. But what one of the things we can do is we can go back in and look at it in a minute. Let me go here. Is it still running? Yeah, it's still trying to do it. It's still processing. See, it takes a little while.
It says reported, so is it not done?
So parts of it are done, but it's actually still being processed.
Oh, okay.
It's trying to do all the different processes. Unfortunately, though, what I'll tell you is because it wasn't set up right, I wasn't getting all the information. I was literally getting the very first pages that showed what the process was. Like if it had a name, like with the Drydex email that we got, it showed me that it was a Drydex malware, and it showed me the hashes. That was it. That's all I had from that. So let me go ahead and log in while this is running in the background. Let me go to FireEye, and let's see if by chance Igor turned his. Is Igor on? Igor is on.
Why he's not with us? It's his son.
He might not know that we're meeting.
Oh.
He's outside, he said in the message.
Yeah.
Guys, are we going to work on a second email on today, or
I don't know.
everybody will?
I think based on what we did, I think that you guys should probably feel a little more confident in doing it.
Yeah, it's fine.
And I think it would be a good idea to do on your own. You have to make sure that you take a second.
You mean the FedEx one, Lena?
No. My email which I
yours?
received, but I checked it yesterday. I think it's Omer sent it to us. It's a KeepNet.
Oh, okay.
It's a KeepNet, yes, Elena.
KeepNet
That's
one.
right, yeah.
So there is no malicious attachment, nothing to
No, it's not.
worry about.
For FedEx, yesterday created a rule for FedEx. There was a URL in the body. So I hope it will work. If someone
guys, can you also show how to create? You created a rule. It's also interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep, that was my question next.
I read it in your mind, Priya.
Yes.
Okay, so I was just communicating with Igor. I think he may be joining us here shortly. I just asked him if he could turn his VirtualBox back on so that we could try to get it to download the triage summary and so forth, because I'd like to analyze what we did, because we were able to, we created the rule, and then we actually took his virtual machine and he downloaded the file, and of course it hit the alert. So we should be able to see some stuff once it gets to triage. I'd like to see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To be honest, there will be a problem because I did not save that state. Just oh, he returned back to the previous snapshot. Okay, so we won't actually be able to see it. Okay, all right, well, that's okay. No worries, that's all right. Let's see what we can see though. Is this thing still going? Still going.
Still, yeah.
Nothing outlasts the Energizer Bunny. It keeps going and going.
Why it takes so long? Is it normal?
It just does. I don't know. It's special. Here, let me move this over here. So here's our endpoint detection. Here's Igor.
Hi guys, how are you doing?
Good morning.
Hey, Igor.
Morning.
So Igor, so you weren't with us last night, but we actually learned a little something last night, which was kind of interesting. You and I, in the work that we did yesterday, we went in and we created the rule that showed that if somebody had connected with the IP that we knew was malicious based on our analysis of the attachment in that email, that it would trigger an alert. What we didn't think about, we actually created the rule that would not trip until they connected to it. Adelia had done some work on her own, and she created a rule that actually showed the presence. So when we were thinking about creating the rule, we didn't think about all aspects of the rule. We only created the rule based on the connection. So when you did your work yesterday, Adelia had created the rule, and when you downloaded the file, it triggered her rule that showed the presence of the file. And then when you ran the file, it showed the execution of the file. So her work and our work worked actually together to create the entire picture for that malicious file.
All right, I got it. It's cool, but I saw this rule yesterday as well, so probably she did create it like some days ago. Yeah.
Well, I know when we were creating our rule yesterday, we probably should have thought about it a little bit more in depth.
Totally. Mm-hmm.
We actually left a security hole when we created that rule. And luckily, Adelia had fixed that hole, but then she forgot about the second part of it, which was the connection to it. So it's kind of
teamwork.
We thought about things in a little bit different way, but ultimately our teamwork made a little bit more of a comprehensive set of rules as opposed to just a rule. So I kind of like that, but yeah. Nice job, Adelia. Nice job, Igor.
Nice job, Richard.